All right, and here we are on I'm Not Trying to Kill You, Apocalypse World. I think the name of this game is Damp Spirits, is what we came up with. Um, Hi, I'm Ashton. I'm the GM or MC for our Apocalypse World game today. And I have some lovely apocalyptos here with me. And we'll get you all to introduce yourselves. Emily, who are you? What do you do? What are your pronouns?
Hello, I'm Emily. I'm a filmmaker and artist. You can find me at Black Horses on Twitter. And yeah, my pronouns are she, hers.
Cool. Jimmy, who are you? What do you do?
Sup?
What are your pronouns?
I'm Jimmy. I do a lot of crazy things, some stand up comedy, some games journalism. Right now, I am the GM for hire. You can find me on Twitter at roleplay_James or at gmforhire.com.au, and my pronouns are he, his.
Cool. And Luke, yourself?
Hello, I am Luke. Today, casting from Ash and Emily's house as well. Excitement.
I thought we were going to do a big reveal.
Oh, it's a ghost hand, the psychic maelstrom. I am a professional GM for children, and I design games also, and sometimes I play games online with my friends.
Cool.
Also, I cook.
Very well. They cook very well. We just experienced this and it was a good time.
Awesome. All right. Well, who wants to give us just a brief little recap of last time? It was pretty short. Let's do our character introductions, shall we? And then we'll do a recap. Emily, who are you playing?
Sure. I am playing Give, who is a child thing and also a literal child. What are you laughing about? Give. Yeah. As per the name, Give has a real thing about like other people's stuff, and kind of taking it, understanding it, consuming it, that kind of thing, eating it. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to making lots of trouble as the weird, creepy child.
Cool. Jimmy, who are you?
I am Mito Bright Eyes Armstrong. I am the news. I'm my character is very much they're the last DJ in the apocalypse. Loves the classic punk rock and runs the radio station, which for the is certainly their base of operations. Lots of informants, lots of ugly stuff has happened in the last little while to Mito. If I can give you, everyone's okay if I give a brief story. Yeah. So I mean, in the past, I don't know how long the last game took in terms of time, but within easily a couple of hours, I saw a crazy person blow up a school with basically to worship fire. I saw my friend stand fearless in front of the fire. Then I found a tongue on my desk, which has been left there by one of my enemies. And then a child ate that tongue.
I only ate a bit of the tongue. Just some of
So
the tongue.
it's been a rough couple of hours for Mito Bright Eyes Armstrong, is what we're saying here.
I mean, I feel like if Mito already knows like us, then this isn't probably not new.
Yeah, probably not. Well, you're right. It's their fault for leaving a tongue somewhere where Give could get it.
Exactly.
Cool. And Luke, tell us about your character.
I'm going to turn Bright Eyes by Art Garfunkel into a folk song for this show. But my character, I am playing Sunrise. Sunrise is a battle babe. They're hardcore as fuck. They seem real friendly and like good with the people. They got a big cloak so no one can see what's underneath. But then sometimes shit gets hard and they get real cool and shit goes down.
They're also my grandparent in some way, but we're not sure quite how literal that is.
And also,
yet.
I have a fucked up prosthetic
Oh, yeah.
eye. Let me lean in. We did some makeup.
Yeah, exactly.
Because my eye, I don't have it anymore. Instead, there's a burning, flaming magic gum nut in there. Should I remind everyone what its tags are?
Yes, you should.
All right. Where are my tags? Here we go. Custom weapons. Wait, no, that's the wrong bit. Gear and barter. My prosthetic eye. It is responsive and integrated with the meat. It is startling on organic. It slips sometimes, so I look at the wrong thing, and it whispers to the world's psychic maelstrom.
So good. Cool. All right. So, now at the start of the session, a lot of people have at the start of a session they have like an upkeep or a lifestyle move.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have a look. Does everyone have one of those?
I believe it is everyone. I think the child thing has an optional move that like buys them out of it.
I just need to.
But
I'll need to
unless-
get the PDF up in front of me again.
Yeah, unless I recall wrong, I don't think Em took that option.
Oh, is it a specific thing I have
Yeah,
to
I
take?
think there's a playbook option where you're like,
Oh.
you can live off dirt and garbage. You can just spend 0 butter and it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think I took one. I have a thing where at the end of a session, if I've eaten some weird stuff, I have to do a thing, but that's different.
Yeah, it's
Good
usually under
stuff.
the barter section on the second page of your playbook.
Alright, I'm just gonna look. Gotta get the book.
Gotta find the Apocalypse World section of the file tree.
That's one of the things I should have put on my bingo sheet, is like turns things into songs unnecessarily.
Oh, I would have got that one.
Exactly.
I mean, I got like double bingo anyways. So.
That's true. Yeah, so then barter.
It's down under you. Yeah.
Yeah, it says at the beginning of the session, spend 1 or 2 barter for your lifestyle. If you can't or won't tell the MC and answer questions. It says I can do gigs. Yeah. No, just the regular thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything specific.
Oh no. Looks like I'm gonna have to answer some of your questions because I only have 1 barter, and I need at least
no.
I need at least 1 barter for my lifestyle, which is clearly I'm living in a rundown studio, very lavish, and 1 for the studio itself. So
Yeah.
how does this work? Can I spend my 1? Like, is it worth spending the 1 barter? Or
All right. So if you can't or won't, so I mean you have to pay the 2, or
okay,
you can't pay the 2, right?
I can't pay the 2, so
So here's
paying 1 isn't going to help. Is what I'm hearing.
So here's the deal. I'm going to ask you less questions if you pay 1.
Less questions.
Yeah, less questions.
Yeah, all right. I'm okay with that.
Are you spending the 1 on yourself or on the studio?
The sanctuary of the studio, I feel, is probably more important. It's probably got the upkeep there is probably as a safe haven, as we've discussed. I reckon that's better. So I'm going to put 1 barter on the studio. I'm going to hock some old records, maybe to those. No, you're shaking your head, which means that I'm doing exactly the right thing. So I'll sell some of the old records that I have that are worth 1 barter, and sell them to, I don't know, we'll say that they can melt down pretty well to the people who like fire, because it's vinyl and a burning record is an incredible thing to see. And that will be 1 barter to the
It means something
studio.
different to burning CDs, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it depends on whether or not using a microwave.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like that. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Just going to bring up a thing so because I realized I didn't have a notepad open. All right, Mito. All right.
I'll just mark down that I have 0 barter now. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So my question to you is, like when you've gone out into the wild to see if you could find some kind of you've gone out into the like hills to see if you can find some kind of food or sustenance out there. Um, was it? Did you find danger, or did you find something that looked like it was safe and wasn't? Like, did you find something that was actually scary, or something that was a trap?
I think I found something actually scary.
Cool.
I think that maybe I came across something that looked like an abandoned campsite that
Mm.
had, some food left out, that looked empty because I'm hungry and I'm not being careful, and that food was being guarded by
By someone.
something. Or
All right. So here's the deal. You walked away from it. You walked up and you took the food and you walked away from it, and as you ate it, you were you're sitting there like holding this food and like just you're so hungry so you're putting it in your mouth, but at the same time you can't taste it because this smell, as if every step you take away from the campsite, this smell of like the wet rot of the forest turns like bitter, like some kind of like old urine soaked cloth or something that just surrounds you, and like as
It's
you're
an
walking
amazing
through the
face, Jim.
forest, and like there's like the slush in the things, and your feet are like you keep like stepping into like little pits in the ground, and it's like your feet like sink down into the like cold wet up to your shins, and it isn't until you like hit the like edge of town and like take a step onto like dry land, and like well dry land onto like road onto actual like cement, that smell goes from building to slowly receding as if it were a memory.
well, that was deeply unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta make
Uh,
some money, my dude.
yeah, that's my plan is to find a way to get some cash
Wow.
because that's not a thing I want to do again. That
No.
sounded gross. Do I need
Little
to?
did he know that next session he would find himself in the exact same situation.
Again.
That's
um,
just I'm gonna have to start looting people. I don't want to, but those are the rules.
Or do a gig.
yeah, you can do gigs. That's like you have a mechanism with which to find money.
Yep, we'll come to that soon. I
Yeah.
think.
It's called a gun.
Emily, how did you go for your upkeep? Were you okay?
Yep, I have one barter, so I will spend that one barter, and now I have no barter.
Okay, cool.
You have let's be upfront about this. You have to, and I quote the rule book: crap worth one barter.
Yes,
not
crap you've
oddments.
collected.
Crap.
Yeah.
With one barter, yes.
What
So-
I'm curious what that looks like.
What was the crap that I had?
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely something that like I stole from somebody. I think it's like
Oh,
clothes. I think it's like clothes. Someone's clothes. I think I stole somebody's clothes.
I like the idea
gave
that
them
you
someone
like it was
else
easy for you to
food.
sell, right? Like,
What's that?
I like the idea that it was easy for you to sell on market day. Like you went down to the place where people exchange things, and
Yep.
like someone was like extra clothes, fuck yes, right?
Yeah.
Like I think we like have that scene of you like going down into the market and like someone's there selling like vulcanized rubber tubes and like belts and things like that, and they're there like shaking, and like yeah you and like you and like there's someone else has got like a whole bunch of like vegetables and things that they've grown, and and yeah, and like yeah, they're and you like look around all these people who have come out to market day, right? And it's I think this is like a week or two later, right? And like they've come out to market day and they have to they're staying there because they want to make these trades, but like so many of them have got like blue lips and like are like shivering and huddling and things like that. And I think like um, at one point you see someone like pass out and like someone else is like, well, that's free, right? And just takes it, right? Like just takes their shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well. So yeah, because are we assuming? I think we said last time that we're in the like
We're in
cold,
the
snowy
winter.
part of the year.
Yeah.
In the winter, yeah.
So
And of course,
everything
this is
is
Australia. No one's prepared for snow. They don't have
exactly
enough
right.
clothes.
Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that like there's the joke of like Australians aren't prepared for winter. They're certainly not prepared for whatever the fuck this is. And
Yeah,
so like
exactly.
yeah, all of these so like you know there's like asbestos walled houses and things that just don't keep any heat in. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I find someone who's selling like some food, some vegetables or something. I think it's the vegetable seller.
Yeah. Cool.
And yeah, just like go up to them and I just sort of like plonk this like ratty looking jumper and like track pants down on like top of the vegetables, and then I just like point to like a pile of like carrots or something,
Yeah.
and I'm like those.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, of course, yeah. No, thanks, and like they immediately start like trying to put them on, and they're like too small or something, and they're like kind of like just like wrap themselves in them as best they can.
Yeah, as soon as they've like started, as soon as I've taken them, I just like like grab a carrot in each hand and just like walk off, chewing on it.
Cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm low key picturing that you stole these clothes while you were in the car.
Yeah,
with, like,
took them out of the
Boot or
back of the
Jump
car.
or whatever the fuck his name was at
Yeah,
the end of
yeah,
our
yeah.
session.
Yes, I can't remember what his name was, but yes,
Yeah,
I think
while
they're in his
you were
back
talking
seat.
him
I
into
like
shooting
the new leader of
Balls.
the
Yeah,
leader
yeah.
of
While
the-
you were
of the
talking him
gas
into
cult.
shooting,
Yeah.
while you were talking him into shooting Doghead, you just like casually
Yeah, just
yoink
took the things out of the back of the car.
some spare clothes out of the back.
Totally.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
And Sunrise, how did you go for your maintenance? For your
I am
lifestyle?
under control.
Cool.
I spend ordnance worth 1 barter, which I think is the products of the foraging trip that we opened with last time. So like, like whatever sap we got out of that tree, and also the wood shavings I took from Mito's cabinet. Yeah, I think like that's enough fire starting material to be worth like 1 barter, and I trade it to I want to say like Bright, like another member of the fire cult.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, there you go.
Do you
And I get some other shit.
meet with Bright? Like, do you go to the is Bright your fence? Like the person who buys things for the cult, or are they someone who's in the cult and wants it anyway and isn't going through the fence?
I think they are like. I think they're like my main point of contact with the cult.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Like I think sometimes one of them will be like, "Hey, me and just some of the boys are going off to have a bonfire or whatever," and they will approach me personally.
Yeah.
But most of the time, when I'm selling to the cult as an entity, it's through Brian.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
And no, I don't go into cult territory. I think we have like an agreed upon like neutral ground somewhere between our respective like standard territories where we like meet up and exchange shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm thinking that
The map.
that
There's a map. There's a map.
like
Oh shit, this is so good. Oh my god.
I reckon Market Day happens like in this section here.
I love it.
Oh, That's
Oh,
so
that's
great.
so
Oh,
good.
cool.
And look, there's the really dangerous, shitty road that we drove down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I feel so like yeah. I feel like you took this like windy road because I feel like there's something about like people don't take that big main road, right? Like that like
Yeah.
big highway. People like there's something about that. But we'll like
Yeah.
come to that later.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, Ash, like, there's this little visible jag here, and I feel like
I've used that as like when there's a bridge when a road goes over another one.
I'm imagining the bridge might also be kind of like a little bit fucked,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say.
that might be one of the reasons that people don't tend to use that road so much.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, that makes sense. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see that like we've got this thing of like hills on one side, the like main city, like the actual like urban zone on the other, and we're on this like
Yeah.
this
Middle
ribbon
bit.
of like the edge.
Yeah,
we've got like a
cool.
river over on the east and whatnot. I thought,
Can we call it? Can we like call it the edge?
yeah, I mean
Like
yeah,
that's where we live.
Yeah, we live at the edge. I think this main suburb, I think we named Finnis Heights when it
Yeah.
existed, like the sites, but like everyone refers, but it's probably like several suburbs all connected up, and it's just the area is the edge.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now we should do highlights.
Yes. I would also just like to check before then. Do we have like roughly where on this map is like fire cult? Kind of like.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
headquarters.
That's why I brought the map up. I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
So my question is it on the other side of the big road? Like, is it in this area over here, or is it just up in this like top right corner?
I feel like it's more likely to be top right. I can't see them hanging around like a river.
Well, my
That
question
feels
was,
very
are they the
habitat.
only ones that ride this fucking road, right?
Oh, that would make a lot of sense, actually.
I don't know, like,
Um,
but I'm happy to like we can go top right. That's cool, right? Like then they can be
Yeah.
going up and down like the hills and things.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I think that's cool. And so I think like maybe like in this like little cul-de-sac-y whatever thing that I'm pinging now.
Let me see. I can't see it. My thing just was up. Right in there. Yeah, that's where their territory
Yeah.
is. Yeah, right.
Oh, I was thinking that's the meeting place.
Oh, that's
like
the meeting
they're
place.
up-
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all the way
And
up in the hills,
then
and
in
that's
the top right-hand corner there. Yeah, cool.
yeah, that's like the designated like meeting ground I have with them, and possibly other people do. I don't know what the arrangements are.
Cool.
I just need to grab a glass of water. Sorry. Yeah.
In the meantime, Jimmy,
Yes.
who have you got the most? Who have you got the most hex for?
I have the most hex for. Let's see. Still getting my head around this character sheet.
That's right.
I have +3 hex with sunrise.
Sunrise. What do you want to highlight for Mito?
I mean, we've just talked about the fact that you're probably gonna need to do a gig to get to get some jingle, to get some barter.
Yep.
I feel like that is likely to go bad, so I'm gonna highlight your cool.
Okay.
Oh no, we
Oh,
ran
wait,
into
no, you
exactly
can't
this
do
problem
that.
last-
We ran into this
that
last
problem
time.
Last time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you sharp then. So
Sharp.
you know what you're getting into before you go diving off any cliff.
Sounds good.
And oh gosh, move character sheets. Mito, what have you got? What do you look like? Yeah, I'm gonna do your. I'm gonna do your hot again. I want to see you smooth talk someone.
I want to see you smooth talk. So
So you've got yeah, cool.
I feel like in as much as Mito ever has relationships these days, I feel like a key part of it is playing "Sexual Healing" by Marvin Gaye over the radio.
Ooh.
That's one of his moves.
Do I
Sexual
roll
healing.
hot for that or cool?
Yeah, exactly. Sexual healing. When you seduce when you seduce or manipulate an NPC for the purpose of arranging an assignation, roll plus cool instead of plus hot.
Ooh,
Emily,
yeah.
who has the most? Give. Who has the most hex for you?
So on their sheet.
No. Who do? Sorry.
I
Who
can
do you
never
have
remember which round this goes.
the number? Who has the biggest number of hex on your sheet?
On my sheet. Cool. Sunrise.
Cool. Sunrise.
Sunrise in command. I'm sounding a bit like a broken record, but like I think I'm gonna give a very similar answer. Like Give is also now broke and is gonna need to get some new shit. And also, given how much they like to fuck things up, I would like to see what they can do with enough knowledge to be dangerous. So I'm gonna say sharp again.
Sharp.
Cool. Give. I'm highlighting your hard.
My heart.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, this is gonna be a good session.
My heart is terrible.
I
but
know,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
anyway.
I want to see a child do murder.
And Sunrise. Who has the highest hex for you?
I believe it is Give.
Sweet.
Mine grandchilder.
Grandchilder. Your grandchilder. I think I want you to stay calm and sensible, and make adult decisions, because I'm not going to. So I want to highlight your cool.
Okay, I'm gonna be the group parent this session. Great.
What do I want to see from you? Sunrise. I'm highlighting you weird.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Fucking yes. Oh. What about it?
All right. So, what? Who do we open on, and what are you doing? I want to know. Like, who wants to be like first scene?
I mean, I've got a scene.
Yeah, go for it. Let's do it. Where are we?
Yeah. All right. So we're at the meeting place.
Oh right, of course. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're at the meeting place, and Bright and like their bodyguard is the wrong word, but like right, like their two gang hoon companions.
Yeah.
Who go everywhere with them, right? Them.
So yeah.
So bodyguards, right? Let's be real.
Yeah, definitely. You mean Fleece and Mimi?
Yeah, Fleece and Mimi, right? Yeah, so they're all like driving off in their car that's like been altered slightly so that it like belches like fire and smoke out the back, and like one of them is like hanging out of like the cut off roof and is like misting petrol into the flames to make it like really dramatically flare up behind the car, just because they're like, yeah, we're so cool. And I'm just like standing there being like, what the like. Look, these kids are trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
So like I think this cul-de-sac, right? I think this section here, like around it, is like a golf course, and so like so like they come over like this like bridge and then just go straight onto like a green and like through a sand trap and like just spin the wheels as they come through.
Totally. And I think like, oh fuck, and they time it right so that like they're like stuck in the sand trap, and so like the wheels are spinning and the sand is throwing up.
Yeah.
And they like squirt the petrol in, and so like a spray of like molten glass like falls down as they like climb up out of the sound trap and like get away. And I'm just standing there watching this like this is gonna be trouble. Like I have seen some shit. I have seen a lot of shit over my long life.
I feel like
this is
like the like this is the place that you like where you have like meetings and shit with people with dangerous people, because like it's surrounded by all this green space, right? Like so it's like there's like a big like novelty golf ball on the top of like some like bistro building or whatever, and it's just got like gunshots
Yeah.
all through it, and like all of the windows on this, like, you know how the bistro buildings in golf courses always have like all of these like big glass windows, and they're just all smashed out, and
Yeah.
and there's like and there's these like massive there are these massive um like like not cactuses. What's the word I'm looking for?
Yuccas?
No, like things that don't need much water. Succulents. There are these
Succulents.
massive succulents just like growing out of
Yeah.
like they were once like decorative inside this like golf course bistro, and like the whole thing is just now like massive succulents growing out, and like there's like tendrils of them coming out with like snow resting on them, and like there's the like path of green behind the car where it's just like plowed along the green with bringing up the snow. Yeah, and they come up and they're like and like they like pull up and like right alongside you. They like slide up to you, and like Bright leans out and it's like, yo, if it isn't my good friend Sunrise, you got the stuff. You got
I
the
got
stuff.
the stuff. I got the stuff. You got the stuff?
Yeah. Hey Mimi, get the stuff for Sunrise. And like Mimi's like, I'm not wearing any shoes. It's like, I don't care. If you're not wearing shoes, that's your own problem. And there's like a discussion about the fact that it's like cold and they're not. It's like, and like Mimi like gets out of the back of the car and she like tiptoes around to the back of the car and like fiddles with the boot and like pops it up, and they're like she's like, you know, like ushers you around, and yeah, like it's like, what are you buying? Are you buying food, or are you buying?
Yeah, I think I'm buying like food and like water and like maybe a bit of cloth, right? Like I'm buying survival.
Yeah,
stuff.
right. So there's
the necessities.
So there's a black plastic supermarket basket sitting in there, and it's got just like and it's got like, yeah, like some cans of food and like a thing of like like a roll of Chuck swipes or whatever, and like some
And
like,
a dead possum that they like shot.
yeah, right,
It's
yeah.
it's cold enough at the moment
Yeah.
that like you don't really have to worry ever about meat going off.
Yeah.
Because the world is a giant fridge.
Yeah, and I feel like as the thing as the boot opens, we just hear this doop 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 da-na-na-na, like as the thing like opens to reveal the thing, and like
Yeah.
and like as the thing is opening, this like subwoofer just like shakes the goods, and Mimi's like, there, all right, hand it over, and like holds out holds out her hands.
Yeah, so my arms like move under my cloak. Like I haven't pulled them out yet. They just like move around and we can tell I'm doing some stuff. And I like, yeah, and then like both hands like come out from like through the front gap in my cloak. And in one hand I've got the shit, and in the other I've got like two tatty scraps of cloth I've just like ripped off my cloak for her.
Yeah.
For her feet, and I just like offer them, and then I grab I grab the bag and I just nod.
Yeah, right. And like she's like, yeah, cool. And she gets back in and like and yeah, like Bright like leans out the door and it's like, you're good people, Sunrise. But you gotta keep hanging out with them losers. Why don't you come up north a bit? We got some good stuff going on. You'd like it. You'd like it. Don't worry, like, since Dughead's gone, it's a different place, you know?
I don't doubt it, but was born around these parts, not much inclined to move. But tell you what, one of these weeks might come visit.
And they're like, yeah. I think you'll like it. Yeah, and then Fleece from like somewhere in the thing, like where you haven't even seen them, like somewhere in the car is like, let's get out of here, and like yeah, and like yeah, like and like Fleece is like. Bright is like, yeah, let's go, and like yeah, they spin the wheels and like leave the way they came through the like fucking like leaving like paths of black and green in the white snow.
Yeah. Yeah, like the reason I meet dangerous people here is because no one can sneak up on this room because there's fucking like it's wall to ceiling, like floor to ceiling windows.
Yeah.
So like it's really hard to sneak up on this place, but there's so much cover
Yeah.
from like
Yeah.
gunfire. Like that's
Yeah.
why this is the place. But I'm just standing there like with my arms folded, watching them go because like they like this is trouble. I've been here before. This is what it looks like before things start to go to shit. This is exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
And so I heave this like deep ponderous sigh, and then I stare out after them and fix my eyes on like the flames flaring from the back, and I open my eye to reveal the flaming gumnut, and I'm opening my brain to the psychic maelstrom.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I love any sentence that ends with, and then I open my brain to the psychic maelstrom.
They're the best kind of sentences.
They are.
So yeah, yeah, like we hear this like drone. Like I feel like the like silence of the like the snow and everything that's like deadening any sound, and the like distant like roar of that engine just kind of like fades together into this continual like humming drone. What
I
does
feel
it
like
look like?
almost like I feel like the sound of the engine like modulates
Yeah.
into like I think it is the sound of like insects. Like it's the sound of like it's the drone of like cicadas,
Yeah.
and it's like it's in some ways reminiscent of like a didgeridoo like drone, but in other ways like, and it like fades in and out of that similarity and like just
Yeah.
a purely insect noise. It like moves strangely and weirdly between them.
Yeah.
And I think my it feels hot like around my eye, and the hot spreads, and where and like from and like after the hot, like where the kind of like wall of fire is moving like through my body, at least in my senses, like everything's numb. It's like everything is burned away until the only point of sensation that's left is the eye. And then, like through the fire, I see with the eyes of the psychic maelstrom, and that's what it's like when I open my brain.
Cool. Better roll a move.
Yeah, I know. Let's hope this goes okay with my -1. What happened? How did I do?
You did an 8. Well done.
Yay!
Mark an XP
And a mark an
for
XP.
using your highlighted stat. And
That went okay.
It didn't go poorly, so I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Where are
I'll
the
take
basic
it.
moves? There's now basic move. There are now handouts for you, with like basic moves and stuff.
Yes.
Sweet.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's
Make it
probably
easier.
gonna
Yeah,
be
and
handy.
we should probably either in the break or between sessions get the battle moves and stuff up.
The battle moves should be in there as well.
Are they? I can only see basic and peripheral.
Battle moves. I didn't share it with you. Give me a second.
Yep. Cool.
Hmm.
No worries.
There you go. Now you should be able to see it all.
Nice. Thank you.
Hooray!
But yeah, where was I? Basic moves. Yeah, so on a 7 to 9, the MC gives you an impression.
And you're opening
Yeah,
your
and
brain
you can
about the fire cult.
Yeah, about the danger I foresee.
Yeah, right. I think you see balls, and I think he's like sitting on like some kind of ridiculous like massive like recliner armchair, and I think he like someone like comes up and puts like a little wooden bowl of some kind of like thick black liquid into his hand, and he leans forward, and there's like someone like kneeling in front of him, and like you can see him take his thumb and like do some like mark their face with it, but we don't see who it is.
Yeah. Great. Do you have a question?
I think and then they
ask?
catch on fire.
Yeah, no, totally, right? And then, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then they catch on fire, and then everything catches on fire,
Yeah.
and then I'm just staring in the distance at the fire. Yeah.
Now I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the proverbial open book, I guess. For once in my life.
When the easy pickings are low, what's the dangerous place that you go to try and find what you need? Is it like, yeah, tell me about like what kind of dangerous place do you go to? Is it like industrial? Is it like out in the bush? Is it
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, these days, because in my mind, like, Sunrise has been here like 20 years. This is not the first like apocalyptic settlement they have lived in. This is not their first rodeo at all.
yeah?
Yeah, so like this time, where is it? Oh fuck, yeah, there's caves. Down on the far side of the river, like off our map.
I have a place where that might work. Like it's down here, where there's like there's like a quarry that like with like big machinery and stuff, and like that like where they've like been digging um for like minerals or whatever, and it's just like opened up where like
They've been digging for fucking coal
yeah
to heat shit, right? Like,
yeah right.
could you just ping again?
Oh, sorry, down like on the far side of the road, on the far side of the highway.
Yeah, so near the river or further down?
You know what? Let you ping where you think it should be.
I reckon it's like on the far side of the road.
The far side of the river. Cool, awesome. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
This straight line going. This straight line going, like straight through the river. The like pale one, is a train line.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so on the far side of the train line, there's like
cool.
Yeah, there's this quarry and there's people living in the caves there.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
And sometimes I go down into the caves like an vengeful specter of death, and I do things
cool
that I don't like to talk about. All I will give us of that, because maybe Ash, right, like in the television show version of this, we get like a little flashback as part of the apocalyptic vision of Sunrise, and I think it's just like darkness and then the glow of Sunrise's eye illuminating like a tunnel, and they've got like weapons in their hands, and then we flash away.
That's awesome. I love it. Give me a second,
I am here for this. This is going to be a great TV show.
I'll just check that on the map layer for you, so you can.
Cool. Can I maybe name it?
Yeah, cool. What are you gonna call it?
What do we call them? Oh yeah, okay. We call them the gearheads. Because I think there's still a whole bunch of old mining machinery down there.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Definitely
it doesn't work anymore, or at least a lot of it doesn't. But I think they've scavenged it for bits and they wear them as decorations. And they may be able to do like body modification and piercings using like little gears and shit. Yeah, they're the gearheads, and they're weird cultists, probably of some kind. Yeah, we are the only like not totally fucked up religious community around here, excepting of course that like a whole bunch of us like kind of worship Mito Bright Eyes, so like not religious is relevant.
No, you'd like I don't think you worship me so much as I know you don't.
I kind of do.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Yeah, but like
the people overall,
yeah, like I'm not a religious leader in the sense that I think that I'm God. I'm more like a religious leader in the sense of a preacher or
you're preaching
like,
the word of rock and roll.
That's right.
You're the Pope, and Elvis is the Holy Spirit, and the Vatican is your Radio Shack.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
am I wrong? Like
no.
I would probably go with Johnny Rotten rather than Elvis, or maybe one of the Ramones. But yeah,
I don't know who. I know who the Ramones are. I don't know enough about rock. I just went for like the first rock and roll thing that came into my head. I was like, Elvis. He's famous, I guess.
a little bit famous.
I don't think I've ever actually listened to an Elvis song outside the context of like the Lilo and Stitch movie.
You're a dork. Can we keep them? They're adorable.
I once had to ask a housemate who Rihanna was.
I'm
They were not
impressed.
very impressed.
I'm not very impressed.
Mixed feelings. There you go.
So, Mito,
Yes.
you're not getting any responses from Wax Trax has told you that they've still got a tongue. Sorry, I went away from the microphone. Wax Trax has told you that they've still got a tongue 5 times now.
Okay.
However, you have not heard from Larry, Mo, or Curly.
Oh, that's not good news. Have I? I'm assuming that I've tried to reach them.
I mean,
Does anyone?
do you want to like? I'm assuming you've done if you want
Yeah.
to like
Yep,
go
yep.
and find them. That's a different story.
Yeah. I don't. I kind of think that maybe they. I don't really want to go and find them, but maybe I can be more vocal in my efforts of trying to find them, and actually go on air
Mm-hmm.
and say something along the lines of. Actually, no. I'm gonna play a. I'm gonna play. I Want to Be Your Dog by Iggy and the Stooges. And after the song, I'm gonna be like, that was one of the all-time greats, Mr. James Offerman, Iggy Pop himself, and he wouldn't be anyone without his loyal Stooges. I am like that too. I have a small group of three wonderful Stooges who I haven't heard from, and I'm very, very worried. If anyone out there has heard from Larry, Mo, or Curly, my three Stooges, please find a way to reach out. You know us, the number, you know how to reach us. The phone lines are open. We'll go to Henry Rollins and the Hard-Ons playing Let There Be Rock. And cut the feed.
So, do you have a phone? Is that the assumption?
No.
How do
What
people get in contact with you?
Yeah, well, they have to be able to call in. So.
Well, they no.
They
Hang
show
on.
up.
It's a,
Oh,
yeah.
they
It's,
show
it's
up.
They show up.
no. It's a. I would. You know what? I've never actually seen Larry, Mo, or Curly. The only way that I get information, other than through Wax Track, it's all through Morse code. As a receiver, there's a receiver in the station that is just constantly scanning. Long ago, like it's one of the very high band frequency that no one really used, were originally might have been used for television, but aren't used anymore, and they're now only sort of used as like a signaling device. And I've got a specific frequency that I've tuned to that I use to listen to the Stooges.
Wow. That's awesome.
Also, can we pull back a moment? Jimmy, does the character you're playing, does that mean that you will be compiling the playlist for this show?
You may, probably.
and slash or can some hardworking listener out there please keep a note of every song that
Oh my
Mito
God.
mentions and compile like a Spotify playlist.
I mean, that
Oh,
would be
please,
amazing.
God, yes, that
That
would
would
make
be
me
so
That'd be
so
cool as
happy.
fuck. That'd be cool as fuck.
Does that mean that every time you guys do a really cool scene, you want me to tell you what song is playing in the background? Because I can do
I mean, I
that.
probably won't
I'd
know
be
any of
down.
them, but yes, sure.
I think we'll rely on Twitch chat for this to help with links and Spotify stuff, and that would be a real honor for me if that was a thing that could happen. Oh,
So here's
think-
the thing.
yeah,
Here's the thing,
sorry.
Jimmy.
yes.
Are you dropping jingle?
I would. I need some scratch. I do need to drop a jingle. Yes.
So do you have money?
Do you have any?
Do you have barter to spend on this request?
No, I do not. have barter to spend on this request.
In which case, you're not making a move, and the GM decides what happens. That's cool. That's fine. You're not making it known that you want a thing and dropping Jingle to speed it on its way.
Okay. Yep. No, that's yeah. Okay. I do need to at some point as well figure out when we get some downtime how to do some jingle.
Hey Jimmy, what's that in the chat?
Oh, it's a partial success. It's a
No.
nope.
After that.
That's Morse code. Stand by.
All right, I would just like to make it known to everyone that Ash is now my favorite person. Just putting that out there.
This is
Wow.
the coolest. This is
There
the
you go.
coolest.
So you receive 2 messages, one line and then the next
Okay.
line.
Okay, stand by.
This is me making. This is what you receive as if you haven't got any jingle.
Yep. Okay. No problem. I'll just.
Meanwhile, what is Give up to?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I think I'm in my den.
Yeah.
I think I'm in my den. So we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Let me just find my.
So tell me about your den.
Yeah. So my den has ways into basically everyone's spaces, even if they take efforts to keep them closed off. So I think I shouldn't decide sort of what that looks like, but I think it's like I think it's like drain pipes. I think my den is like in the like the drain pipes of the suburbs. So like I get into it via the drains in the side of the gutter. And like there's a place somewhere central where I've sort of like found a bit that isn't too wet, like it's sort of raised up. And I've kind of like insulated it with stuff.
So like this is in the drains or it's on top of the drains?
Yeah. I think it's like in the network of the drains,
Yeah.
but it's in some area where there isn't actually like water running
Cool.
through. So I've found like, a raised bit or something, bit of pipe.
Awesome.
Or blocked it off maybe. Maybe I blocked off a bit of pipe. Sort of dammed it up. Like insulated it as best I can. So it's still like always horribly cold in there. But I just have like tons of, blankets and soft toys and people's clothes and things that I just kind of like nest in. So I think like Give is in there all kind of like tucked up in this sort of like big, pile of blankets and fabricy things. And they are staring up at this calendar that is like up on the wall. And I think like there's a radio that is sort of like right next to them, which like as we transition from Mito's scene, like the music that
Carries
Mito
through.
like plays, is playing on the radio. Give is like listening to the radio and staring up at this calendar. And on the calendar, I think there's it's set to like, some totally inappropriate month that it isn't.
What's up? Sorry, what are the image? What are the like pictures on the calendar?
Yeah, I think the one that it's set to is like a very summary image of like a beach in Queensland somewhere, and there's like a really like overly tanned like muscly guy in like budgie smugglers who's sort of like running along the beach, and like at some woman that's sort of like running next to him and is kind of like laughing in this really like ridiculous pose, and they're just like running along this beach. It's all very kind of like sunny and summery and idyllic.
Is it February?
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling us, that right now in the game it's fucking February?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think the calendar says
Give
it's
doesn't
February.
know,
But...
right? Like Give doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have no idea. So.
But also, like, I'm just putting out there, like, maybe the climate has like the seasons are just blown to hell.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
it literally is February right now, and yet.
Yeah.
the snow everywhere. The snow, but that's up to Ash.
Totally. I mean, yes, the calendar says February, but
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. So I think they're just sort of like staring, kind of like wistfully up at this like image, and listening to the radio. So yeah, I guess they've heard that stuff that's just happened as well.
Yeah, so that happens, and you're like staring off, and I think you hear like the sound of like rushing, like not like tidal, but like you hear like the sound of like water running quickly, like somewhere in the nearby pipes.
Okay, like a big movement of water suddenly.
Yeah, like not like like a tidal wave or anything, but just like like the trickle is increased dramatically. Yeah,
Okay.
and it like that's a sound that you don't normally hear at this time of year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to me that sounds like meltwater, but that wouldn't be happening now because it's the middle of the cold period. Yeah, no, I think that like I think Give is curious about that, and kind of suspicious. So yeah, they sort of like look up from this pile that they're in, and kind of like shiver, and then like yeah, pull themselves out of the pile. And like as they pull themselves out, like it sort of doesn't dismantle. It's kind of like a sort of like volcano shaped pile of just like like fabricy bits.
Yeah, like
So
it's
they
not
just,
designed
like,
to move with you.
No, they just like climb out of it, and it's still just sort of there with this like hole in the middle. But yeah, they like climb out of it, and I think they're dressed in like board shorts and like this gigantic like ratty jumper, and yeah, they find like a pair of gumboots or something and put them on, and I think they pick up the radio, and they're gonna like go try and work out what the noise is, because if something's changed, they need to know about it.
Yeah, right. So I think you find pretty quickly. Let me just check. I don't know if there's like no, it's not charged. So yeah, I think it's not long before you find that like one of the like sewer pipes has like been broken open, and there's like a gutter is like pouring directly into it. And
Okay.
it looks like, and like you can see that like it's been like dug into from the top.
Oh, like the pipe has?
Yeah.
So someone's like broken the pipe at the top, and now there's water running in. Okay. Am I able to try and examine this situation? Is it?
Is it? I mean, how is it charged? I don't think it's charged.
Yeah, it's
what
not
do you
charged. Okay.
So you can like see, so you're like looking up and you're seeing like the cold midday light like pouring into this drain from above, and like this sluice of water running in from like like a tin like a gutter pipe.
Yeah. Okay.
Without getting up in the hole, you're not gonna see like what's up.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm gonna put the radio down like on top of somewhere where it won't get wet.
Yeah, and it's still like playing.
Actually, no, it's got a strap on it. I just like put the strap over.
Yeah, sure.
Over my neck so that it's
yours.
like,
now your radio only plays music to you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Cool.
It does. That's true. So only I can hear it. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. So to me, like I can hear this like this punk music like reverberating in the pipe.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm gonna like get in the water and like sort of grab hold of where this broken bit is and try and like poke my head out.
You're pretty little. This run.
Yeah,
is
it too
quickly.
high up?
I mean, you can do it if you can roll. If you can roll me. Yeah, I think you're gonna need to roll a. Like I think that you're doing something under fire, right? Like the fire is climbing into ice cold water and then trying to like lift yourself out of a hole.
Totally. Yeah. Okay.
The fire is
excellent.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're nimble as fuck. You just like dodge around and into the and like yeah, up into the up like into like daylight above, and like there's like a bit of like snow and dirt like gets on you as you climb up, and yeah, there's this white gypsum board house that like you're pretty sure is abandoned, but you can see there's activity around here, right? Like someone's like moved this, like bent this drain pipe so it goes over here, right? Like instead of like going straight down from the corner of the house, now it goes like over a bit so that like leads down there, and like
To stop the water from going into the house.
well, previously this drain pipe went into a water tank, and that water tank is missing. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Right.
and like and you can see you can see like out on the like porch around the front, you can see I think it's Partridge is like standing out in front, like talking to some people on the porch, being like you can overhear her being like, yeah, we need to get like some like better heavier doors. I think that'll help with the draft. And we can find like apparently if you put like a snake in the door, it'll like stop it from like the wind going through. So we should get some snakes. I don't know where how to find them, but that sounds like a good plan. And like you two, did you find any couches in those houses you looked at? And like yeah, she's like having this conversation about like renovating.
Okay, so I'm gonna like climb out of the hole and I'm gonna try and go around the back of the house without them seeing me. My aim is to maybe get inside if there's a convenient way, but otherwise just wait until wait until the visitors go away, and then talk to Partridge. Are they people I recognize?
I mean, like if you want to climb around a little bit more to see more clearly.
Oh, because I can't see them yet.
Yeah, she's talking to. I mean, here's the thing. I think you recognize, like. No, I think you recognize their voices. I think I think you recognize Hoover and Sticks, right? Like
Hoover and Sticks.
Hoover and Sticks, yeah.
Okay.
They're real tight with Partridge, right? Like, yeah. They used to do like they're people with cars that aren't like gas heads, and so like they do a lot of like delivery runs and things. Like Hoover has like a big truck, and Sticks has like a panel like a high ace
Panel van.
yeah.
Okay.
Like I imagine a Toyota high ace and like one of them big like is it Isuzu like front trucks.
Okay. So they're theoretically people that I don't have trouble with.
No, not
then,
really.
Because Partridge I get along with fine. But I think I still just don't quite want to. I want to know more about them and what they're doing before they know I'm there. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get around the back of the house and see if I can go in.
Yeah, cool. In which case, just like if you're trying to do it without them seeing you, then them seeing you is fire.
Yep. Totally. Yes.
Wow, nice.
Wow. I'm just
They get
completely
that from my
fluking
side
there.
of the family.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, like you climb around. Do you want to climb in? You can do that as well with your Dan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you like there's like a bathroom window or something that just opens up, and it's got like one of those chains on it, but like you can fit through that gap easily, right? Like there's a whole 10 inches there, right?
Yep.
Like you can fit through that space.
Yep.
And like yeah, you squeeze your way inside and like fall in, and I think you like fall onto a couch in a bathroom, right? Like
Okay. Yeah.
Just like a little two-seater couch that's like sitting in this room with like a toilet, a sink, and a bath with a shower, and like a lino on the floor, and like the like walls go from like black down to like light blue lino, right? So it's like black rot, like just gross, all the way down, and like there's this like shredded shower curtain across the bath, and like in the bottom of the bath, there's like this like thin layer of dirt, and there's like all of this little like green stuff growing out of it.
Ugh. Okay.
And like I think the couch also has like some things, little fronds of green growing out of it. But you can smell sawdust.
Oh, I mean, I know that sawdust is useful. Lola has taught me that sawdust is great fodder because you can set things on fire with it. So I think like Give takes a moment to be like distracted by all the green things and sort of like touches the like ferny fronds and the weird moss and stuff a little bit, and then like sniffs the air and like smells the sawdust, and they're gonna like try and follow that smell.
Yeah, so you go out into the hall with where like the carpet is like it looks like it's been hit by fucking meteors, and like and yeah, all of these board walls like have like I don't think there's more than like a couple of meters without like without like someone with like having like crashed into it or broken a part of the wall. It looks like someone's like punched a bunch of holes in the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Does it?
It looks old.
Is this a charged situation?
No, that looks old.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks old. All right, so it doesn't seem like it looks.
But I think you go out into like this like shared, into like a living slash kitchen area. There's an old vinyl topped table with like a silver metal edge around it. There's the kitchen area, the like wet area has the lino like just like interfacing with the like erect carpet with like one of those like plastic runners.
Plastic things.
And there's like a bench coming out like separating out the kitchen area with like a big like pillar that just goes up in this middle of the room, and you can see that someone's been there's like a saw on the bench, and someone's been like sawing at this pillar.
Okay, so the pillar looks like it belonged in the house or has been brought into the house.
No, it's like the main end of that big
Right.
that big thing, right? Like it's
So again, this is consistent with the weird renovations thing.
yeah, and you can see there's a bunch of like milk crates in here, like with like all sorts of shit in them, and like some like and again some like furniture that's been dumped in here, and someone's put like a bunch of towels up on the towel rail on the like curtain rail, like pinned them there as if they were curtains.
Okay, so they're trying to make it homey, I guess. Although it seems like, I mean, I don't know that I would know this as a child, but it seems like sawing down that pillar is gonna just not structurally work.
You're looking into this room. You know that if you go in there, you'll be walking. I think you like look out a little, and you can see there's there's like the door is open, but the fly screen is closed, and through the fly screen you can see the back of Hoover and Sticks, and you can see and like I think that probably you can't see Partridge, but like she's talking to them.
Okay.
But you might be able to sneak past.
I think Give actually like feels like they've achieved the goal they wanted of like seeing these things, like seeing the place prior to being allowed, which is really what they wanted. So I think they're like at this point not concerned about being seen anymore. So they're just gonna like walk out into the kitchen and like kneel down and start like scooping up some of the sawdust.
You're not like trying to be sneaky or anything.
No, I don't sneak.
Cool. In which case, like floorboards instantly creak, and I think Sticks like is like, what the fuck is that? And like you hear the sound of a pistol being drawn.
Yeah. I think I like I think I like, by way of making myself known, like hum along badly to the radio that only I can hear.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and
So
then
just like,
yeah, and like Partridge is like,
to myself while I'm like scooping.
yeah, and Partridge is like, oh shit, that Sunrise's kid. Fuck. Give. What are you doing in our fortress? Come out here. Can you come out here, please?
Okay, I'm just getting the sawdust.
And like Hoover's like, Hoover's like, you're not gonna fucking
I'm
shoot a
so
kid, are you? You're not gonna shoot a
proud.
kid. I'm gonna shoot a kid. Well, I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care if they're 2 fucking years old. Get it? Sneaking in on our place like that. People need to be shot for that shit. Like, yeah, Partridge is like, is like trying to be like, Give, can you just come out for us, please, honey? And like, yeah, and
Can I
Hoover's
read
being
the
like, you can't
situation?
shoot a kid.
Well, it sounds charged.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd like to read the
What
situation.
does it look like? How are you reading the
Yeah,
situation?
I think like I like finish scooping and like I'm doing that thing where I've got my jumper out and I've like put it in the jumper. And I'm gonna come up to the wire screen but not open it, and I'm just gonna sort of like put my face up against the wire screen and like try to see all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And like see their expressions.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Also, just put it out there, Ash. I think probably my standard practice after getting a load of supplies in is to go and see Give, because I know that if left to their own devices, they won't actually fucking eat properly.
Yeah. Right.
Like this is the struggles of my life as a sort of parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that 1 carrot.
2 carrots.
All right.
So yeah, how
cool.
does your reading your charge situation go?
Yep, I will roll it now. Ooh, okay. Partial success.
Mark XP.
Yes, because it's highlighted, and I get my extra question.
Yeah.
Yes.
As well. So I'll ask 2 questions.
Oh dear.
So let's see here. Okay. And then the regular questions are.
Regular questions are: what's my best escape route / way in / way past? Which enemy is most vulnerable to me? Which enemy is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's my enemy's true position? Who is in control here?
Okay. I think I want to know what's my best way out in case I need to get out quickly. Like what's the best way to escape this without being shot? But I would also like to know who here is keeping secrets from the rest.
Okay, so what was the first question? Sorry.
What's my best way out or past?
I mean, like through
safely.
the front door if there weren't someone with a gun. Otherwise, there's a back door. But it's like, yeah, that like.
But like, is there anything that I guess, is there any way that I could cause a distraction to escape safely if I needed to?
I mean,
That
you've
kind
got a
of
thing
thing?
full of sawdust. I don't know. That doesn't. Yeah.
True.
Oh, you could like. I mean, like if you wanted to cause a distraction specifically, like toppling stacks of milk crates full of crap.
Okay, cool. So there's like some stuff nearby that I could just sort of be like, flare, and like it. Right, cool. That's good to know.
And who's
Just
keeping
want
secrets from
an
the
escape.
others? I mean, like you read that, like it's pretty obvious that Styx is like way more on edge than everyone else, or at least was
Right.
before a gun got pulled. And now there's a gun pulled,
Okay.
so everyone's on edge.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Hoover that pulled the gun, though. Yeah.
No. Styx pulled
No,
the gun.
Styx
The one
pulled
that
the gun.
the
Okay.
yeah.
That's why they pulled the gun. Okay.
Yeah, Styx is the littler one with the bigger with the like the van instead of a truck.
Right. So it seems like Styx's reaction to me being in the house is like much
Higher than everyone else's. Yeah.
yeah, higher than everyone else's, as though there's something that they know that the others don't know.
Or at least it's something
Okay.
they care about that the others don't care about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think I with my face like pressed up against the the like mesh door, I just sort of like turn my face toward Partridge, and I'm like, "Why are you making a fort?"
To Partridge. Partridge is like, yeah, it is like, yeah. It's real dangerous out there, kid. You know that. We're just making ourselves somewhere safe to park a car, and like yeah, and like you know that like from seeing this that there is a big shed on the other side of this. On the other side of the thing, but like you know, like we haven't been there yet. We haven't been around to that side of the house yet. But yeah, they've got this house does have a big shed, but they're like we're just looking for somewhere safe to park a car.
Can I come and hang out in your fort?
And
And I like look at
yeah, right. And Partridge is like,
the others.
I mean, I get, and like Six is like gives them a look, and they're like, look, it's not really a place for kids. It's like, it's pretty dangerous. And like I know your Lola probably wouldn't want you hanging around with dangerous folks like us anyway.
My Lola hangs around with lots of dangerous people.
Are you trying to seduce or manipulate?
Yeah, sounds like, doesn't it?
What's your like? Why should they
Yeah.
like? Yeah.
Why should they let me hang out in their fort?
Yeah. Like they all seem uncomfortable with this idea.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not pushing it that hard.
Okay.
Like, I think I'm just doing that kid thing of like, I don't understand why.
In which case, Partridge is just like, look, when you can come and hang out in our fort when you're a bit more grown up. It's a fort because we're worried about dangerous things. If dangerous things are coming, we don't want you in the way.
So I'm not allowed in the fort?
And Partridge is like, why? I didn't say. I just don't think you should. You shouldn't come in the fort.
Okay. Can I keep this sawdust?
And Sticks is like, see, and they're fucking stealing from us, and like, and like Hoover's like, it's sawdust. It's like I know you, and like yeah, and Partridge is like, look, I know your Lola likes that sort of stuff. They make it useful, so go for it.
Thank you. I'll get out of your fort now.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm like take my face off of the mesh.
Yeah.
And like go back and like grab another handful of sawdust on the way past.
Yeah.
And just like go out the back door.
That's my kid.
Cool. That sawdust, if it is in Sunrise's hands, is worth a barter.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go and try and find Sunrise next, I think.
Shall we take a break, Jimmy?
Yes, I think we should.
All right.
I have feelings.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
We'll come back in 5 minutes or so. Ciao.